In the summer of 2018, I had the opportunity, with the support of Lululemon, to teach a class on the 100 block of Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard here in Madison, Wisconsin. The goal of that morning, what we called a mindful morning, was to bring together all members of our community, all members of the yoga community in Madison, and all members of really anybody who'd be interested in a class, to practice together on the 100 block of Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard, and to show what strength we had when we came together as a group. Times are strange, and I've noticed that when things fall apart, there's a lot of noise in the world. But when things come together, things get quiet. We have the opportunity to get quiet, to slow things down. For that reason, I decided to record the sequence again, to share it out to the world, to share it with others, hoping that they can use it, to practice, to flow, to find a connection, to find that moment to listen. I'm reminded that the first word of the Yoga Sutra is Atha. Atha is from the Sri Vajra tradition. It's expressive of the self-luminous intelligence that resides in all of us. It conveys a feeling of sanctity, and it's an invocation. It's the start, the beginning. So coming back to a very simple practice, coming back to the beginning, setting things up from that direction. Thank you for sharing this with me. Thank you for following along. Have a great practice. So we're going to start in child's pose. So bring your big toes together, your knees as wide as the mat. Settle back into your heels. Bring your forehead down to the mat. Take your elbows down to the mat. From here, we start in the body. So start by noticing how you feel. The tops of your feet, the tops of your knees, your elbows, your hands. Notice where your body's tight, where you feel loose. Maybe you want to wiggle a little bit, maybe you want to move a little bit, whatever makes sense. Just start to notice the ground. From there, become aware of the space that your body takes up. Tops of your feet, your fingertips. Slowly progressing from there, bring your attention to your breath. Without putting any control around it, notice the length of your inhale, the depth of your exhale. Notice how you breathe. Starting to bring the two together, to mind, the body, the breath, all in one. Take a nice deep inhale all the way in. Start to fill your body up with air. Feel your lungs expand. Feel your chest grow proud. When you get to the top, take a deep exhale all the way out. Let go of all of that air. Let it flow all the way out of your body until you come all the way to the bottom. Then this time, breathing through your nose. Take a deep inhale all the way in. Fill your body up with air. When you get to the top, open your mouth. Exhale that air all the way back out. Third breath. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. From here, bring your fingertips down into the mat. Bring your arms up away from the mat. Take your gaze forward. Walk your hands over towards your right knee. Leaving your hands long. Press back into your left hip. Drop your forehead down towards the floor. Find length across your left-hand side body. Keep pressing back into that left hip. Come back to center. Find child's pose again. Settle down here. Drop your elbows down to the mat. Take a deep inhale. A deep exhale. Bring your fingertips down. Bring your elbows away. And walk your hands over towards your left knee. Straddling your left knee. Press back into your right hip. Drop your forehead down towards the mat. Find your breath. Slow things down. Use your breath as the barometer throughout the practice. When you lose your breath, you lose the practice. Come back to that. Place no judgment around it. Just let the breath be. Let the process be. Come back to the center. Take another nice deep inhale all the way in. Exhale out. Inhale, walk your hands forward on the mat. As you walk your hands forward, bring your knees together. When your knees reach 90 degrees, your hips up in the air, bring your hands forward, dip your forehead and your chest back down towards the mat. Find puppy pose. Puppy's a combination of down dog and child's pose. Ground the tops of your feet. Press down into your armpits. Find your breath. Take another nice long inhale all the way in. As you exhale, walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. Find your hands underneath your shoulders. Open your knees up, hip distance apart. A little key to that is you should be able to get 2 fists between your knees. From here, grip your thumb and your pointer finger down into the mat. Reach your right hand long in front of you, long through the fingertips like you're reaching out to shake somebody's hand. Exhale your right hand back down to the mat. Take your left hand long out in front of you. Exhale your left hand back down to the mat. Take your left foot long behind you. Press out through your heel. Let your hip hover at hips height. Roll your ankle 3 times. Roll it the other way 3 times. Ground your left knee. Take your right foot long behind you. Press out through your right heel. Roll your ankle 3 times. The other direction 3 times. Leaving your right foot long, gripping your right hand down into the mat. Reach your left hand long in front. From here, we're going to take some cat-cow. So we're going to inhale, we're going to reach long. As you exhale, bend your elbow and your knee. Touch. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, knee to elbow. One more time. Left elbow, right knee. Inhale, reach long. Pause here. Take your left hand out to shoulder height. Reach your right foot towards the lake. Take your hand back down to the mat. Take your right knee back down. Other side, right hand long. Left foot long. 3 cat-cows. Start by reaching long. Exhale, bring your knee to your elbow. Inhale long. Exhale, knee to elbow. 3rd time. Exhale. Inhale, reach long. Take your right hand out wide. Take your left foot wide. Find your breath here. Grip down into that left hand. Let a little bit of strength. Take a nice inhale. As you exhale, drop your hand back down to the mat, your knee back down to the mat. From here, let's cat-cow. Starting to link our breath to our movement. Drop your chest down. Inhale, look up. As you exhale, curl out your spine. Drop your head down between your elbows. Inhale, look up. Exhale, curl out. Take 3 more at your own pace, at your own breath. If you want to add some motion to it, if you want to add some movement, go ahead. See how you feel. See where you are. Take the time to listen. Resist the urge to tell your body to move. Simply listen to your body as it moves between the poses. As you come back to neutral, bring your hands 1 hand length out in front. Curl your toes under. Pressing back into your hips, lift your hips up towards the sky. Pressing back into your heels, start to find down dog. Now in down dog, we want length from our fingertips through the base of our spine. So bend your knees. Press your chest down towards your knees, grow long. Then start to work on straightening out your leg. If you're like me and you've got tight hamstrings, maybe walking it out a little bit feels good. Keep that length through your arms, a depth down into your chest. Maybe you like that motion of walking it back and forth, whatever makes sense. Come back to pause. With control, 1 handful at a time, walk your hands back to your feet. From here, inhale up halfway, bring your hands to your shins or your thighs. Press your hands into your legs, reach long through the crown of the head, stretch those hamstrings. Exhale back down, walk your hands forward. Find plank pose. Now with control, step your feet forward. Find forward fold. Again, inhale up halfway, bring your hands to your shins or your thighs, reach long through the crown of the head. Exhale back down, with control, step your feet back, find plank. 2 more of these. Walk your hands back. Inchworms back and forth across the mat. Inhale up halfway. Engage through the hamstrings. Reach to the crown of the head. Drop your shoulder blades down your back. Exhale back down. Walk your hands forward. Find plank pose. Walk your feet forward. Inhale up halfway. Exhale back down. Walk your feet back. Plank. 1 more. Walk your hands first. Let your breath guide you back. Inhale up halfway. Exhale back down. Walk your hands forward. Walk your feet forward. Find forward fold. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, ground into your feet, sweep your hands by your side, rise all the way up. Touch your palms overhead, look up through your thumbs. Exhale, your hands to heart center. Again, inhale, bring your hands up overhead. Exhale, heart center. One more time, inhale your hands up overhead. This time, interlace your fingers. Bring your thumb and your pointer finger together strong. Bring your biceps to your ears. From there, drop your hands over to the right. Inhale back up to center. Drop your hands over to the left. Inhale back up to center. Bring your gaze up towards the sky. Find a little arch through your back if that feels good. Exhale, fold all the way down to the mat. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank pose. From plank, drop your knees down to the mat. From here, bring your right hand dead center underneath your gaze. Pivot your right foot. Open up wide. Take your left foot long behind you. Ground the inner edge of your left foot. Reach your left hand up to the sky. If you want, use your drishti, your gaze point to find the pose. So find your right hand, your right wrist, your right elbow, your right shoulder, your left shoulder, your left elbow, your left wrist, your left hand. Grow strong through your fingertips. Take a nice inhale. As you exhale, drop your left hand back down to the mat. Curl your left toes under. Step your right foot back. Drop your left knee down to the mat. Pivot your left foot. Bring your left hand directly underneath your gaze. Inhale your right hand up to the sky. Again, drishti if that works. Let your gaze find yourself all the way at your right thumb. Strong towards the sky. Find your breath. Slow your breath down. Take another nice inhale. As you exhale, drop your right hand down to the mat. Curl your right toes under. Step your left foot back. Now with control, let's inchworm back again. Working length through our hands. Inhale up halfway. Exhale back down. With control, walk your hands forward. Find plank pose. With control, step your feet forward. Find forward fold. Inhale up halfway. Exhale back down. Ground into your feet. Sweep your hands by your side. Rise all the way up. Exhale, heart center. Inhale, bring your hands up overhead. Pinch through the hips, fold down to the floor. Inhale up halfway. Plant your hands, stepping your left foot back first and then your right. Find plank. Now, second time, you're welcome to drop your knees again. Pivot on your knee and find supported side plank. If you wish, step your right foot back, stack foot on foot. Bring your right hand down into the floor. Bring your left hand up to the sky. Let your gaze follow your hand. Find your breath. Find one more nice inhale. Exhale your left hand back down. Pivot, bring your left hand directly underneath your gaze. Again, knee down is a great option. Maybe you stack feet, maybe you don't. Find your breath. Let go of your judgment of what you think the pose should look like. Instead, listen to the pose as it exists in just that moment. Slow things down. Exhale your right hand back down to the mat. With control, step your feet back. Inhale up halfway. Exhale back down, walk your hands forward. Step your feet forward. Forward fold. Inhale up halfway. Plant your hands, step back to plank. Third time, side plank. Again, modify as you wish. If you want, bring your right hand down. Bring your left hand up. Maybe this time your left foot floats. Whatever makes sense. Find your breath. Take two more nice inhales. Exhale back down. Left hand directly underneath your gaze. Roll to the outer edge of your left foot. Right hand up to the sky. Maybe your right foot floats. Find your breath. Stay strong through the outer edge of the left ankle. Stay strong through the right hand. Take two more inhales. Exhale back down. Bring your big toes together. Your knees as wide as the mat. And press all the way back into child's pose. Find your breath. It's okay to settle down here. It's okay to slow things down. If this makes sense, then stay here for an extra breath or two. If you want, walk your hands forward again. Find that puppy pose a second time. This time, if you wish, bring your hands behind your head. Press your palms together, flare your elbows out wide. Press your chest down towards the mat. Find your breath. 2 more breaths. Everybody slowly start to find your way to down dog. From here, inhale, bring your heels up towards the sky. Exhale, bend your knees down towards the mat. Step or float to the top of the mat. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, fold. Ground into your feet, sweep your hands by your side, rise all the way up. Exhale out, heart center. Inhale, your hands up overhead. Exhale, hinge through the hips, fold back down to the mat. Inhale up halfway. Plant your hands, step back to plank pose. With control, lower all the way down to the mat. Ground your toenails into the mat. Pressing into your toenails. Inhale, look up, cobra. Try to leave your neck in line with your spine. Exhale, back down. Bring your hands wider than the mat. Take just your fingertips into the mat. Inhale up, cobra. Exhale, back down. Third time, press into your fingertips, press into your toenails. Rise up. If you want to swim a little bit from side to side. My shoulders are tight. That's okay. Exhale, back down. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Curl your toes under. Press up onto your knees. Press back into your hips. Down dog. Adjust as you find necessary. See how it feels. See where you are. 2 breaths here. Inhale, bring your heels up towards the sky. Exhale, bend your knees down towards the mat. Step or float to the top of the mat. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, fold. Ground into your feet, sweep your hands by your side, rise all the way up. Exhale out, heart center. Inhale, bring your hands up overhead. Hinge through the hips, fold down to the floor. Inhale up halfway. Plant your hands, step just your left foot to the back of the mat. Find your right heel underneath your right ankle, underneath your right knee. If it takes your right hand behind your ankle to get it there, that's fine. Drop your left heel, line up heel to arch. Let your left hand reach up and over and find warrior 2. Take a moment here and find the pose. If you need to adjust your feet, adjust your feet. Drop your shoulder blades down your back. Take tension away from the top of the mouth. Relax your jaw. Find your breath. Take another nice inhale. Another deep exhale. From there, reverse your warrior. Straighten out your right leg. Come to reverse trikonasana, reverse triangle pose. Find extra length across your right hand side body. Feel your rib pull away from your hip. From there, drop your right hand down to shoulder height. Reach your right hand long in front of you. When it won't reach anymore, hinge down towards the floor. Start to work into trikonasana. When your right hand finds something, the floor, a block, your shin, your thigh, maybe your toe, then start to open back up through your left hip, back up through your left shoulder. Find your breath there. Two more nice breaths. Inhale all the way back, reverse. Exhale, warrior 2. From here, we're gonna find supported side angle. So we're gonna reverse our warrior. Find that opening, that length. Then take your right elbow down to your right knee. Reach your left hand up and over. Find strength through your left arm. Take your gaze up towards the sky. Bury your chin in your armpit. Find length through your left hand, like if you rolled a marble off your left middle finger. Just roll down your body. Inhale all the way back, reverse. Exhale, sweep your hands to the mat. Frame your right foot, step your right foot back. Now, if you liked Cobra and you want to take Cobra again, that's fine. If you practice Utkatasana, rock forward on your toes, bring your shoulder heads over your fingers. From there, come halfway down. Ground the tops of your feet. Inhale up, up dog. Exhale back, down dog. Find your breath. Wall meet here. If you're a little bit behind, that's fine. If you're a little bit ahead, that's fine. Slow things down. One more nice inhale. One more nice exhale. Inhale, bring your heels up towards the sky. Exhale, bend your knees down towards the mat. Stepping your left foot forward first and then your right. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, fold. From here, we're going to Utkatasana. You can heel toe your feet together or leave your heels in line with your sit bones. Sitting back into your heels. Reach your hands up towards the sky. Utkatasana. Start to drop your weight into your heels. Start to drop your shoulder blades down your back. Go on, maybe your gaze follows your fingertips. Maybe you press the pinky edge of your hand together. Take another nice inhale. Exhale, stand tall. Bring your hands to heart center. Open your feet up hip distance apart. Inhale, bring your hands up overhead. Exhale, hinge through the hips, fold down to the floor. Other side, inhale up halfway. Plant your hand, step just your right foot to the back of the mat. Find your left heel underneath your left ankle, underneath your left knee. Drop your right heel, rise up. Warrior two. Set up the pose. See where you are, see how you feel. And lang through your fingertips. Reverse your warrior, straighten on your left leg. Reverse Trikonasana. Reverse triangle pose. Feel that extra length, that extra lift. From there, reach your left hand forward. As you start to reach your left hand forward, let your right hip come around with it. Right, that little hinge through your right hip is gonna let your left hand come down. Once you find something, then you start to open back up through your right hip. Start to open back up through your right shoulder. Breathe there. Find your breath. Inhale all the way back reverse. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Take your left elbow to your left knee. Let your right hand reach up and over. Get strong through that right hand. Bring your gaze up through your right finger. Find your breath. One more nice inhale. One more deep exhale. Inhale all the way back reverse. Exhale, sweep your hands to the mat. Frame your left foot. Step your left foot back. Flow if you want to flow. Press back to down dog. Whatever makes sense. Whatever your breath is guiding you into at this point. Find yourself there. On an exhale, you press back to down dog. Inhale, bring your heels up towards the sky. Exhale, bend your knees down towards the mat. Step or float to the top of the mat. Inhale up halfway. I'm on a dock. Exhale, fold. Utkatasana. Inhale. Exhale, stand tall. Inhale, sit back, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold to the mat. Inhale up halfway. Plant your hand, step just your left foot to the back of the mat. Again, right heel underneath the right ankle, underneath the right knee. If you want, you can drop your left knee down to the mat, ground the top of your left foot. Or you can leave your knee under and stay tall. From here, we're gonna cat-cow back and forth. So what we're going to do is we're gonna inhale, look up. Then as you exhale, you're gonna curl out your spine, bring your right toes up towards the sky. Inhale, look up. Exhale out. One more time, inhale, look up. I'll do it with my knee up. Exhale, press back. Come back into your right knee. From here, drop your left heel. Rise up, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. As you exhale, bring your hands to the inner edge of your right foot. You're gonna walk your hands back halfway. Turn all 10 toes in one direction. Find your second toe. Find your second toe in line with your heel. There's the equal distance from the inner edge of your second toe to the outer edge of your big toe. That's from the inner edge of your second toe to the outer edge of your pinky toe. Find that center line. From there, ground your palms down into the floor. Walk your palms back, bend into your elbows. Find the weight of the pose in the balls of the feet. Bend into your elbows, press into your hands. Find your breath. Walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold. Walk your hands towards your left toes. Curl your right toes under. Low lunge. Drop your right knee if you wish, or leave your knee tall. Cat-cow 3 times. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, curl out your spine. Inhale, look Exhale, curl out your spine. Third time. Push back into your left knee. If your knee's down, curl your right toes under, bring your knee up. Drop your right heel, rise up, warrior two. Find your strength. Warrior two is a pose of potential. Tap into that potential. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, your hands down to the mat. Find the inner edge of your left foot. Walk your hands back halfway. All 10 toes in one direction. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold. This time, ground into your feet. Sweep your hands by your side. Rise all the way up. Touch your palms overhead. Exhale, bring your hands to the small of your back. Interlace your fingers. Press your knuckles down towards the ground. Grow long across your collarbone. Inhale, look up. Exhale, hinge through the hips. Fold down towards the floor. Let your hands travel up and over. Find your breath. Keep shifting the weight forward into the balls of the feet. Stay long through the hamstrings. Exhale, let your hands come down to the mat. Walk your hands towards your right toes. Curl your left toes under. Low lunge. From here, step your left foot forward a third of the way. Inhale up halfway. Exhale back down. Frame your right foot. Ground your palms down into the floor. From there, dropping to the crown of the head. Reach your left foot up towards the sky. Standing split. Drop to the crown of the head. If you want, bring your right hand behind your ankle. Keep pressing long into the right foot. Strong to the left heel. Find that strength. Exhale. Let your left foot come down to meet your right. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, fold. Step your right foot back a third of the way. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, frame your left foot. Let your right foot float up towards the sky. Standing split. If you want, let your left hand come back behind your left ankle. Drop to the crown of the head. Let your right foot come down to meet your left. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, fold. Ground into your feet. Sweep your hands by your side. Rise all the way up. Exhale, heart center. Drop your hands down. Shake out your hands. Shake out your shoulders. Shake out your legs. Bring your right knee up into your chest. Give your right knee a squeeze. Now, there are a couple of options here. The first option is just to stay here. Nice and strong. Work on your balance. The second option, bring your hands underneath your right hamstring. Bring your right foot straight out in front of you. Great pose. Third option, take your right peace fingers to your right big toe. Take your left hand to your left hip. Take your right foot straight out in front of you. Any one of those three, find your breath. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, bring your right foot back down. Bring your left foot in towards your chest. Getting a little windy down by Lake Wingra here in Madison, Wisconsin. If you want, bring your hands underneath your left hamstring. Bring your left foot straight out in front of you. If you want, left peace fingers, left big toe. Grip that big toe. Let your foot come out in front of you. Right hand comes to your right hip. Find your breath. The wind and a dog make this a little bit more of a challenge. It's good for me. Sitting to my breath. I don't push it. Let the pose be. Exhale back down. Last time, Utkatasana. We're going to hold it for 5 breaths. Sitting back into your heels. Put your hands up towards the sky. Exhale, fold back down to the mat. Open your feet up 50 distance apart. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. If you want to flow again, feel free. Child's pose, chaturanga. You can find sphinx, whatever makes sense. If you're starting to lose your breath in the practice, just press back into your hips. Put your hips up towards the sky and find down dog. From here, we're going to find lizard pose. I'm going to demonstrate the left side first, but you should start with your right side. So bring your right foot up to the sky. Touch your right knee to your right elbow. Bring your right foot back up to the sky. Step your right foot to the outer edge of your right hand. Line your foot up with your hand. Drop your left knee down to the mat. Now, this can be it. This can be the pose. Totally fine if it is. As you feel that hip engage, if you want, you can drop down to your forearms. If that makes sense. Stay engaged through that hip. Maybe once you find your forearms, you curl your right toes under and your knee comes back up. Whatever makes sense. We're going to hang out here for 5 breaths. Settle down into the hip. There's no rush. There's no hurry. We did some nice work through our abs, through our core to warm that up. We did some length through our hamstrings. Now we're taking some time down into our hips. Draw your knee if it's down. Ground into your hands, rise back up. Step your right foot back to plank. Again, you can flow if you want to flow, or you can just press back to down dog. This time, left hand side. I'll do my left hand side. So, actually, I'll do my right. Bring your left foot up to the sky. Left knee, left elbow. Bring your left foot back up to the sky. Step your left foot to the outer edge of your left hand. Line your foot up with your hand, your elbow with your calf. Drop your left knee. Again, feel that hip engage. Listen to where you are, how you feel. One side's going to be different than the other side. That's fine. Your body senses equanimity. It tries to achieve balance. How it gets there doesn't matter. Let your breath guide you in. Let your breath guide you out. Resist that urge to tell your body to move. Instead, listen to your body as it moves. One more breath. If you're up on your knee, ground your hands. Step your left foot back, find plank. All right, from here, 2 choices. First choice, big toes together, knees as wide as the mat. Press all the way back into child's pose. For those of you who've come to my classes, you know that the second choice is 10 push-ups. Keeping your elbows tight next to your body. Drop your chest down to the mat. Inhale back up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Everybody find your way back to down dog. All right, second time lizard pose, 5 breaths, totally fine. The other option is to practice Vinyasa. If you practice the arm balance, this is your opportunity. The key to the arm balance is bending your elbows, letting your weight, letting your breath guide you into it. So everybody's gonna bring your right foot up to the sky. Again, you're gonna touch your right knee to your right elbow. If you want, you're gonna step your right foot to the outer edge of your right hand. Line your foot up with your hand and press down into lizard. The other option is to bring your right foot up to the sky. Bend that right elbow, hook your right thigh with your right elbow. As you hinge forward, kick your left foot up to the sky and find Vinyasa. Whichever pose you prefer, find 5 breaths there. Stay strong, no matter where you are. Everybody, right foot back up to the sky. Step it back down to the mat. Other side. Left foot. Again, left foot, outer edge of left hand, line foot up with hand, elbow with calf. Drop down to your right knee. Or, if you prefer the arm balance, bring your left foot up to the sky. Bend your elbows and your knees, hinge forward. Let your right foot grow strong. Let your left foot come out to the side. Breathe there. Inhale back up. Exhale back down. Everybody, big toes together, knees as wide as the mat. Press all the way back into child's pose. Find your breath. Settle back down to that start, to that beginning, to how you found the mat. Find 3 more breaths. Nice and long. As you exhale, start to walk your hands back towards your knees. Bring your knees together. Sit back into your heels. Inhale, bring your hands up overhead. Exhale, heart center. Inhale, bring your hands up overhead. Interlace your fingers the weird way, the way you didn't do it the first time. Bring your thumb and your pointer finger together strong. Drop your hands over to the right. Drop your hands over to the left. Come back to center, inhale, look up. Exhale, let go of your hands, bring your feet out from underneath. From there, scoot forward on the mat. Let your heels find the top of the mat, engage through your toes. Drop your hands down by your hips, engage the floor. Bring your toes back towards your shins, get long through the legs, strong through the arms, drop your chin down to your chest. Find your breath. Exhale out. Inhale, bring your hands up overhead. Exhale, hands down, touch your toes. Inhale, look up. Exhale, with control, come all the way down to your back. From here, bend your right knee, reach your right hand up to the sky. Take your left hand long towards the side. From there, float your right foot. Take a nice inhale. As you exhale, leaving that right hand up towards the sky. Bring your right knee up and over. Come back to center. 4 more. 2, back to center. 3, back to center. 4, back to center. 5, back to center. Let your right foot come back down. Take your right hand out to the side. Bend your left knee. Take your left hand up. Let your gaze follow your left hand. Let your left knee travel up and over. Back to center. Left knee over. Back to center. 3 more. Back to center. 2 more. Back to center. 1 more. Back to center. Bring your hands and your feet long. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your feet. Ground the small of your back down into the mat. Reach your feet straight up towards the sky. Ground into your shoulder blades, lift your hands straight up towards the sky. Bend your knees 90 degrees. From here, drop your right hand down to the floor. Take your left foot long in front of you. Back up. Other side. Left hand, right foot. Back up. Inhale, both of your hands and feet up towards the sky. Exhale, bend your elbows and your knees 90 degrees. Inhale, both back up. Exhale, drop both all the way down to the mat. 1 more time, inhale, back up. This time, pause. Press through your heels, bring your toes down towards your shins. Ground into your shoulder blades, lift your hands up towards the sky. Find your breath. Dead bug pose. Check your body from side to side, top to bottom, left to right, front to back. Is there something else you need? Another pose, another movement? Something else for your practice today? If not, bend your elbows and your knees 90 degrees. From there, reach up through your knees, find the bottoms of your feet. Press your heels towards the sky, your knees down towards the floor. Find happy baby pose. If you want, you can rock a little bit, massage the small of your back. See how that feels? From there, let the bottoms of your feet come together. Let your feet come down to the mat. Let your knees splay out wide. Bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your stomach. Supta Baddha Konasana. Find 5 breaths here. Slow the practice down. Listen to where you are. Start in the body first. If there's another pose, something else in your practice, something else you want to do right now, that's fine. Feel free to move through it. If you're ready, begin your transition towards Shavasana by bringing your feet out in front of you, dropping your hands down by your hips. Let go of your breath. Let go of the practice. Some geese are flying overhead. A good reminder that spring is back. Things will return. And here comes the train. Settle down into the ground. Settle down into Shavasana. Let the train roll by. Now, you are welcome to stay here for as long as you wish. Obviously, this is a YouTube video, so you can kind of hang out with your breath for a while. It's totally cool. If you wish, you can start coming up with me and ending the practice. So I would recommend pausing the video if that makes sense for you. If you want an extra long Shavasana. Usually at least 7 minutes is nice. Pretty much any class you do where there's a 7-minute Shavasana, people say afterwards that they really like the class. So take the time, settle down. Let go of the effort around the practice. See what you can do to kind of slow things down. Like I said at the start, When there's a lot of noise, there's a lot of chaos. But when things get quiet like this, things start to come together for a reason. Listen to what's happening. Slow things down. Take the time to connect, the time to come back. Maybe the time to set an intention, whatever makes sense for you. We're going to end this video with 3 ohms, just as we did that morning in August of 2018. At the time, we reminded ourselves of the efforts of Martin Luther King Jr., of his efforts to bring people together. Martin Luther King taught us that the strength of community could be found at times of need, how we came together to work as a group. The word Om is an invocation of all of the noise that's out there in the world. It's a reminder that when you speak, your words are part of a collective voice, a collective whole. Take the time to consider their intention and their impact before you use them. Drop your hands down by your side, inhale up overhead. Exhale your hands to heart center. Touch your thumbs over your heart, close your eyes if that serves you. From here we'll find 3 ohms, inhaling through our nose and exhaling out through our mouth. Take a nice deep inhale in. As always, thank you so much for sharing this with me. Please leave me any comments, any suggestions, any messages below. I'm happy to record more videos, to put more out there if this is what helps serve our community at this time. Thank you so much for sharing this with me. Thank you so much for Lake Wingra, for everything in the world. Take the time to listen. Take the time to be kind. Thank you.